Good afternoon, everybody. It's Amber Kivett here with Lifepro. Welcome to our first product launch of 2026. Super excited to see you all here. It has been an interesting kind of a week with many of you in different parts of the United States in which this weather wonderland, wintry blizzard, wherever you're at, whatever you're getting, it is some of you are stuck inside like I am, and some of you are living where it's nice and sunny and warm, which is where I came from yesterday. I happened to be in Laguna Beach for a few days last week and flew home all day yesterday, got home about 1 o'clock this morning to literally over a foot of blizzard-like snow in which the state of Indiana has kind of been declared as a snow emergency. So I'm curious as to who all is here listening in, because I've already launched this product in our VIP group on Facebook. If you're not already part of the Lifepro VIP group, definitely make your way over to that part of the Facebook group if you are on Facebook, because those individuals got first exclusive opportunity to see this new product, and they also got some extra incentives. And we gave one of these away to a lucky listener who happened to be available during that live. So if you're not already part of our Facebook VIP group for Lifepro, please make sure that you're checking into that. You only have to have a product ordered through us with your order number, or showing that you have our product in order to be part of that group. And if not, welcome to Lifepro. I've been with the company for several years, I think over 7 years now, and this is the first product innovation of its kind. It is a vibration plate with red light therapy built into it. So I'm going to talk about this as we get going, but I'm curious as to some of you that are listening in. I'm so grateful to be able to see all of you today with, we're streaming on Facebook, and this goes to YouTube and Instagram as well. But let me know where you're at. Tell me, are you snowed in? Do you have power? I know we're wondering. Yes, of course we have power. We wouldn't be live. But you can be out of power and still use your phone. So let me know, what is the weather like in your neck of the woods? And how are you using this opportunity of being snowed in, if you're snowed in, to do things that you had not planned on doing? What are you doing? The other thing I'm curious about is if you already have a vibration plate and you already love it, this is a great second option to have at home because of the type of plate that it is. And I'm going to go into those details here shortly. But if you already have a Lifepro vibration plate, I'm curious as to, you can share which one you have, but I really want to know what benefits you've experienced from it, because Lifepro became part of my life several years ago because of vibration. Truly gave me my life back and truly cured my pain within 2 weeks after being in pain for years, and none of the doctors could fix it because they couldn't understand it. So Lifepro has truly changed my life, which is how I became part of Lifepro. I was already in the medical field, licensed and certified practicing in the sports medicine arena and human performance. Been a strength coach as long as I've been in sports medicine, but truly kind of lost my identity after having a surgery that caused some more complications that were not expected. And Lifepro was the company and the solution that truly gave me my life back. So I'm curious as to how your life has changed because of using the vibration plate. And if you are also familiar with red light therapy, which is what these two feet are featuring, is red light therapy. I'm curious if you have a red light therapy device, whether it's a Lifepro product or not. Let me know what you're using that for and how it's making a difference in your life as well, because being part of this community, whether you're from the Lifepro page or the VIP group, we learn from all of you, we learn from each other, and we want to know what problems are you still having so we can figure out what we can do on our end with our medical professionals. We have a medical professional team of influencers, of contributors that are providing us kind of extra feedback and support as to how we can continue to educate all of you with how to use Lifepro products from the convenience of your home so that you don't have to go to a med spa or go to a physician's office or to a physical therapy clinic or a hospital or wherever you're going. You can get several doses of holistic wellness and therapy at home while still working with your medical team in a professional setting. So how is red light therapy or infrared light therapy changing your life, what products, are you most benefiting from? Because some of you might be new to Lifepro and are just now seeing some of these products or product names for the first time, whereas some of you have been here with me for many, many years, have multiple Lifepro products, and are continuing to live your youngest life as we age forward. There's no such thing as anti-aging. It's just, I like to call it optimal aging. And at 47 years old, I feel like I'm absolutely living my best life right now in mind, body, spirit, and intention. So thank you all for being here so much. It's super excited to see all of you. All right. The reason why you came is to meet the VibraRed low impact whole body activation. We're getting all active here. Vibration plate. This is one of its kind. It's truly the first time we've ever released a product like this. I don't know that there are any other products out on the market competitor-wise. And if there are, just remember, lifetime warranty on all Lifepro products. I know that we are having some challenges with some of our customer service because we are selling so many awesome products and going over through some changes. So just remember that we truly hold our promise to you as a lifetime warranty company, whereas many other companies are only going to give you a 30 to 90-day warranty at most. And so this is what makes this company one of the greatest purposes and intentions of my life. Is I truly believe in the core values of Lifepro, but also following in suit with my own core values. So let's talk more about the VibraRed. One of the great things since we've released this new product, first product launch of 2026, you're going to get this really cool little folder from Lifepro. And all the essential things that you're going to need in order to keep in your file at home is going to be right here, kept in one convenient location, versus when you've opened boxes in the past, there's just all this paper and little inserts. This is all housed in one convenient folder per product that you can keep in the convenience of your home. What I want you to pay attention to, and this is super important, we have a special coupon in here for $30 towards an Amazon credit purchase. And all we're asking is for you to take a photo of how you're using your product, what awesome benefits, or give us an idea, like how do you love the product? And then we're going to give you an email address as to who to send that information to. And we're going to gift you a $30 Amazon gift card credit so that you can buy towards the purchase of another Lifepro product or whatever it is that you might want. But we're trying to be mindful from all of you. Give us the feedback and allow us to help you with whatever challenges you might be having with your product, instead of complaining about something that we might be able to help you with because you just might not be addressing it the right way. Give us a chance to make it right, because we truly have an amazing customer service team that we're training right now. We have gone through a complete overhaul with customer service, and our true promise to you is that we are going to deliver lifetime warranty, but feedback. So make sure that you keep track of this nice little folder, because we're keeping it very simple and all together for you. Now, again, more information about that lifetime warranty. Here's your QR code or the website in which you are going to go and submit your information so that we have a record that you bought the product. If you don't do this in the first few weeks after you buy your product, keep this handy just in case. Make sure you have a copy of your order number, the date of your purchase, whether you purchased it on Lifepro, whether you purchased it on Amazon. This product is not available on Amazon. This is exclusively through our Lifepro website. But we want to make sure that we have all that information. So if you want to keep that in your little folder, please make sure and keep that handy if you decide not to process your warranty in advance. If you don't process your warranty in the first 14 days of your purchase, we will still take care of you. So please give us that opportunity. And then last but not least is our new manual that teaches you everything that you need to know about the VibraRed that Amber isn't going to tell you. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you though. Be careful reading all the fine print in here, because it can actually scare the crap out of you. And a lot of this stuff we have to put in here because of liability issues and just to protect our tushies from the trolls and the not so friendly people out there that are looking for a reason to complain. So if you're one of those people who you read the manual and you're scared to death because it tells you of challenges, we're truly covering the whole spectrum of what could happen. But again, I've mentioned this in lives of the past. 90% of the things we worry about are not going to likely happen. So don't worry about what you're reading in here necessarily as a reason to keeping you from taking it out of the box and actually trying it. okay? Just make sure if you are high risk because of a recent stroke, high risk because of a recent surgery. I don't always recommend that you get on this if you've had a surgery in the last 4 weeks, a significant open surgery. In other words, if they go in and do things through a scope, that is a less intense surgery than if they actually cut you open. If you have had a surgery in the last 4 weeks, definitely check with your medical team and see what the contraindications are. But remember, if you have the ability and you've been cleared to walk, if you have the ability to get on a bike or to like getting on an exercise bike in physical therapy, you have the ability to get on a treadmill or to walk around the halls at the hospital or at home or in your PT clinic. If you have been cleared to move, then you can get on the vibration plate, because every time you're making contact with the ground, it is the same thing as if you are on the vibration plate, but without the impact. That's why we call it low impact. The other thing that I want to share with you, there's a lot of information in here as to the intensities and the different levels. This has 99 speed levels on it, and it has 9 preset programs so that you don't have to do the thinking work behind enjoying the VibraRed. But if you are worried about, some of you have read studies or you've read magazine articles or you've gone to Dr. Google and you've heard about the frequency and amplitude and the hertz and all these different things. Just remember that a lot of those studies and a lot of the contributors to those articles are coming from using medical grade or commercial grade vibration plates, which are a totally different league of their own. Most are not going to be able to have those at home because they're anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 for a machine and require a little extra supervision. The way that I receive vibration and the way that all of you receive vibration is very different and unique to each one of you. So don't be afraid to get on and go for a ride. Even if you're in a seated position, it's going to help you in increasing metabolism, increasing lymphatic flow, increasing how your muscles are firing and working together. Don't be afraid to use it because of reading the manual with all the contraindications. What I do want to caution you about is if you are taking a medication that makes you photosensitive to light, if you have been advised not to be in the sun because of a medication or because of a topical cream that you might be using for your skincare routine or for something on your skin, or if you are just naturally sensitive to flashing lights, you've got to make sure you use caution with this, because again, it is red light therapy, and red light therapy comes from 660 nanometers of photo-wavelength technology, which is all natural light that we get from the sun, discovered truly from NASA all the way back to the 1950s, but goes all the way back to like 1800 BC as to how people have used phototherapy or light therapy for healing. So it's been around all natural for a very, very long time. But if you are taking a medication that changes how your cells and how your skin responds to natural light, then you need to make sure that you do a test on yourself for about 5 minutes with red light therapy, just to make sure that you're not going to have an adverse reaction. The vibration will not cause you any problems. And so that's a whole nother thing that I want to make sure and share with you, because we've had a lot of people asking questions on our Facebook group and working with Debbie and with myself. If you have had issues with getting on the vibration plate and your body kind of goes into chaos mode where it's not very happy and you don't feel very good, or you think that you've got these new symptoms that you've never had before, I want to make sure that you understand one thing from what we know in the research: the intensity, the amount of G-force that can cause those kind of things, the amount of frequency and amplitude that can cause those things. These Lifepro vibration plates will not cause the challenges that you are experiencing. They will not cause it, okay? What they can do is they can take what you're already dealing with, all the stinking thinking in your minds, all the crap that you're putting in your body, the lack of movement that you're causing more problems with your body, the low levels of metabolism or mild setback because of a recent surgery, and then you start moving again. If you get on here, it is going to change your entire lymphatic system. It's going to change your entire cellular system inside and out. So it can make for a different reaction than what you are hoping for initially, until you get your body through that cleansing, lymphatic shift. So don't be afraid of it. In fact, if you have trouble, definitely reach out to Debbie in her Q&A session each and every week, or reach out to me and I'm happy to help you. We do work one-on-one. I am by appointment only outside of Lifepro. And if you're wanting to do a Zoom call or you're wanting to do a FaceTime call in which Amber can work with you from home for a fee, I do charge a fee because it's time I have to turn away from my other clientele and from my family. You can reach out to me directly. And I give my phone number out, not because I'm wanting your business, but because I want to make sure that you know you have a lifeline with Lifepro. If you can't get through to their customer service, if you can't get answers, we want you to use these products because they're life-changing. But my number is 317-446-7971. And so if you are needing some one-on-one guidance and you want it through the expertise of myself, I don't give out other phone numbers for our other employees within the company. I just volunteer my number. But if you want some more guided direction as to how to use this to the greatest benefit using it at home, don't hesitate to reach out to me, but I don't do it for free. So anyhow, back to VibraRed. This is, like, again, the newest innovative product we have. Let me bring everything as if it's unboxed. We have these new cables, which are shorter than our normal handles. They're not meant to be used for exercise. And so that's one thing that I want to make clear. We also have a remote. In the owner's manual, it says that the battery is not included. Guess what? It is. Just pull the plug and it will start working immediately. The button battery is already in there. Okay, so when we take this out of the box, which I've already done once today, the areas in which you can attach those cords, these swivel out. And if the cords are a tripping hazard for you, then don't attach them. In other words, I have every single vibration plate that Lifepro has ever made, and I don't have these resistance handles on any of them because they get in my way, and I don't like to have stuff getting in my way. However, we've made it really easy for you in that you just clip it on. You don't have to slip a knot, and because they're already short, you don't have to worry about shortening if they're too long for you. However, if you're wanting to do bicep curls or tricep extensions or lateral raises, or you're wanting to attempt to do a workout on this, these are a lot shorter than what you're all used to. So you don't have to worry about shortening them anymore. And you can't lengthen them because they are what they are. But that is how they attach. And then a lot of you who have had the Waiver, lately we've had some challenges with a batch of Waivers because cords go through, this is wild that I've just learned this recently. Because weather, okay, because it's winter, some of our cords go through a change in how they take up space inside the outlet here. And so Debbie has been so kind to have shown a video as to how you can use electrical tape to make this fit a little snugger without compromising the safety of your plug. So if you plug that in, make sure that this one doesn't clip in like the Waiver does or like some of the others do. So if you plug that in, then it should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my outlet. Now, it also says in the manual not to use extension cords. I use this, okay? And you can use whatever you need to, but our cords are not long enough for me to be able to plug them into the wall. So I keep them plugged into my special extension cord tower there so that I can, use it and move it around the room. Now, here we go. So we're going to turn that on, flip the switch, okay? Now, what makes this really unique, very unique, is that you can use the red light therapy without using vibration. So if you're wanting to use red light therapy by itself, you can use the red light therapy by itself without the vibration. There are 25 660 nanometer lights on each footprint here on the plate. And because they are, the LED chips are beneath the housing here of the surface, you don't have to worry about burning the bottom of your feet by being in direct contact with these, we're going to call them acupressure points, because they have these little textured circles. Don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there we go. Don't know if you can see. Okay. But they have these little textured circles. Okay. And So you don't have to worry about eye protection with this red light therapy. You don't have to worry about these little dots causing any burns when it comes to the way that this is put together. It has a non-slip rubber. So the idea of this is to make sure that you're using it barefoot if you're wanting to use the red light together, because the more the red light therapy is in direct contact with your skin, the more the energy is influencing the cells, okay? It's all about influence on the cells, okay? All right, now, here is the blue button is your power button, okay? Again, I'm gonna bring you close here. The blue button is your power button. And so when you arrow through the blue button here, see if I can think about this backwards, we have 9 preset programs, okay? And then our P0 is our manual mode. If we use a P1 through a P9 program, okay, then we're gonna have a default time for those preset programs at 10 minutes. If you're wanting to use the P0 button, then you can do 15 minutes at a time, but you're the one that gets to change the speed anywhere from 1 to 99. Okay, and then on our remote, we do have a fast speed switch. So you can push the speed button and it will, it shows this in the manual. You can go from a 30 to a 60 to a 90 speed with just one push of a button. So you don't have to push and hold as the speed goes up. But if you're like me, I enjoy just having myself on a preset program, not thinking, just getting on and going for a ride, okay? Okay, so I'm going to show you, try to get this out of the way. Whoops, surprise, give a little tappity tap. Now you get to see, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, here's what's cool. I was on a plane all day yesterday. I was in Laguna Beach where it was really nice and warm, doing some work out there. Came home to the extreme cold. Did not eat yesterday because I was literally running to catch my connection flight in Denver. Made the plane. So I didn't eat much yesterday, but I drank a lot. I got on this morning for 5 minutes and was immediately in the bathroom. I also noticed that I could really feel everything working. So I'm going to show you how a lot of that makes a difference from a seated versus a standing point. The max capacity on this unit is 220 pounds. So unfortunately, it is not meant to be used in a standing position for more than 220 pounds. But as I was just standing on it, I felt more happening through my lower body from a seated position. Felt really, really good. And I was itching from the histamine response within the first 7 minutes or so. And if you are not getting that histamine response, you're not breaking free stuff in your lymphatic system. Now, the lymphatic system response or that histamine response might be different for every person. So you might have itching, you might have redness, you might have stinky, smelly sweat. You might have the immediate onset of having to use the bathroom, especially going to take a really good dump. You might have stinky pee. Your armpits might stink. My armpits have actually broken out into a little bit of a rash here lately because of going through some changes in my own lymphatic system. So what used to work for me, I've used the same deodorant for a long time. And here recently, I had some laser work done just for health. Like I've had a long time before I did it. And now I've got a little bit of a rash going on with my armpit. So our body responds different to how our body detoxes itself. So don't be afraid of what you feel. But I'm going to do this barefoot. And so it's a good day to witness kind of what's happening because I have a lot of junk in my system from being in a seated position for hours on end on the plane. If you're just beginning and you're not familiar with the different preset programs, you're just getting started, start with a P1 or anywhere from a P1 to a P3 for that 10 minutes because it's more gentle, it's more lymphatic massaging. If you're wanting more wow factor, go bigger. So go, when it comes to all of, what we're doing from the higher end of the spectrum, then, go higher. I've got somebody who's responding to some comments here that I'm just going to nip this in the butt. Jade Morton, I'm just going to tell you, we're not ignoring you. You have one of the products that we have sold the most of that one product. Every company goes through a process in which there is a defect, and we took responsibility for that defect. But the problem is we're having to release thousands of that product because we sold it for a very low cost so that everybody can afford it. So I'm very sorry for our inconvenience in you not having your product, but I can assure you, I swear to you, you're going to get your product. If you haven't been paying attention to our customer service videos recently, we have gone through a complete overhaul of our customer service department, new customer service software. And so every time somebody emails or calls, it changes how many queues or how many tickets are in there. So please, instead of trash talking our customer service, I can assure you, being with this company for as long as I have, our customer service is one of the best in the world. And I challenge you, if you don't like our customer service, then go somewhere else, because you're not going to find our customer service anywhere else. And so we're trying to make changes. Yes, we have a different phone number. Yes, we have a different email address. Matter of fact, this is a brand new product, and I'm going to give you, if you go to warranty.lifeprofitness.com, that is the information, the phone number on this brand new product right here, 800-563-6604. If you would please, I'm going to make your situation right. And again, if you would have listened to some of my other lives about our customer service and the challenges of the past, please text me your order number, your order date, your first, last name, email address, and all that stuff to my number personally. I will send it on up to our administration and we will nip this in the butt for you. But please stop trash talking us, because our customer service is not what you're saying it is. And again, you have one of our top selling products that we have sold for several years, and we have to place every single one of them, which takes time. So I'm sorry that we have not provided that. My phone number, 317-446-7971. Jade, please send that information to me, and I will immediately, as soon as I'm done with this live today, I will send it on up the line to the appropriate parties, and somebody will be in contact. Okay, back to where I was at. All right, so we are just going to, you can see how much energia this is hitting right here. Now, again, I said on an airplane all day yesterday, the worst thing you can do for your body is just sit and not move. Movement is medicine, and motion is lotion. Makes everything work. Our own metabolism drops when we're not moving enough. It has nothing to do with calories in versus calories out. It does have a lot to do with sleep and how much energy and how much stress hormones. But metabolism is what keeps our body alive. And when we are stuck like gunk and glue, our body does not work the same way. So you're going to see, this is just an entry-level vibration plate with really good technology built into it. So we're coupling vibration with red light therapy. Again, 220 pounds is max capacity for standing position. And if you find, because we have the feet already on here with the red light, if you find that your knees bother you, then you need to make sure that you're not locked out or straight, but your knees are soft. And that if that bothers you, then you can go down into putting your hands on your knees into more of a stable, supported position. But what I love about this more than anything is the ability to sit in my office chair. I can sit here, have this underneath my desk, be working at the same time, doing whatever it is that I'm called to do. And I feel more breaking things down in my lower legs and in my feet than I do as if I'm standing. So what I mean by all of that, okay, I'm going to bring you closer so you can see and you can hear a little better. What I mean, so is that if you are sitting, you want to make sure and have your knees a little more over the top of your feet. So in other words, if you're sitting back here like this, you're going to feel it in your calves. That's great. You might not feel it as much in your feet because things are further away. And at the same token, you don't want your knees over in front of your toes. That's not a good place to be. So if you just have your knees in a position in which you are directly, knees are somewhere between your toes and your heels. That's a good position. I can feel this breaking up a lot of gunk. I can feel a little itchy, scratchy through here because, again, I was in a seated position on a plane like this, and like I'm trying to do this, and like trying to use the armrest in front of me to anchor this foot so I can actually relax. So my body is all bound up into knots and gunk and glue. So this is going to ravel that loose. You're wondering if you are over 220 pounds and you're able to use this from a seated position, why do I need vibration with red light therapy if it's only working through my feet? Well, I want to share with you that our feet are super powerful in that we have 80% of our nerve cells called nociceptors and mechanoreceptors. Those nerve cells are responsible for inputting into the brain where we're at in space, our reaction timing, how our body is perceiving pain and emotion. It is 80% of those cells are on the bottom of the feet and on the palms of our hands. So that's why it's so important with our other vibration plates. If you have the ability to go barefoot, whether you're doing the workout or not, if you can just get your feet on it, it makes a huge difference systemically all the way up to your neck. I'm going to show you some pictures here in just a second of how when you take care of your feet, it takes care of you all the way up to your cervical spine and into your spinal cord. There's a lot of things happening, but most all energy enters through our feet. And so if our feet are not in good shape and we're all compacted and curled inward and we don't even know what our feet are feeling, a little itchy, that's a good thing. If we don't feel like we should or what we're capable of through our feet, nothing else in our body works. The other thing that is really important, I'm going to turn this to the side because you're going to get to see something really cool. Again, these little cords, they get in my way. So as I come here to the side, you can really see things working. You can see this all the way, there you go. So I am in a seated position and this thing is shaking my thigh muscles, shaking the gunk up here. But anyhow, what I wanted to share with you is if you have any kind of pain below the hips, you got knee pain. Knee pain is a source of an issue, something going on between your hip and your foot ankle. Because our knee, it's a hinge joint, just like a hinge on a door. It's not meant to do this. It's not meant to do this. It is just meant to open and close and transfer energy from the feet all the way up to the hips. So just in a seated position, you can see things are breaking free, especially down here in the lower leg. Our calf muscle here, the gastroc muscle, is referred to as the second heart in the human body. Our lymphatic system only has one way of mechanically pumping, and truly it's the heart that is kind of setting the tone for the whole body as a mechanical pump, and it's electrically driven. So our lymphatic system and all of its channels, all of the lymphatic ports, which I covered through detox a couple months ago, the 6 different locations that you need to clear the lymph nodes in order to maximize lymphatic cleansing. What's really important is our calf is what pumps all the extra fluid, whether it's hyaluronan or whether it's water or whether it's blood or whether it's lymph or all the other crap in our system. It's pumping all that stuff back up here into our center so that it can circulate or remove itself through our body. Our lymphatic system is our garbage disposal system. So if you are not feeling good in your life and you're taking a lot of meds, or if you're putting a lot of crap in your system in the form of food or beverage, it has the potential to clog your lymphatic system. If your lymphatic system is clogged, nothing else works. So super important. Our lymphatic system is located just right underneath the skin, right underneath. So when we take care of our feet, we take care of our legs, everything else has a better chance of working together. In fact, recent research is sharing that mortality rates and quality of life are dependent on heart health, lung health, and lower body strength. If you have your heart and you have your lungs, and if you're taking care of the lower half of your body, and you have good strength and you have good neurosensory, then you're going to feel better from a systemic standpoint because everything just works better. When it comes to the red light therapy, yes, it does work in that it is making a change on those nerve cells on the bottom of our feet, which then change everything all the way up to our brain. Information from the bottom of our feet transfers through to our pelvic floor, which then vibrates up to the neck region on up into what the brain is receiving information electrically speaking. When it comes to how we can use this in combination with, if you have plantar fasciitis, or if you have restless leg syndrome, this is quite helpful in relieving pain associated with those or fixing it all together. I've got programs that we've done for plantar fasciitis, which a lot of people deal with, and it's debilitating pain if you don't have the right therapy behind it. But the vibration plates and red light therapy separately work really well to remedy plantar fasciitis. It is a calf problem, not a foot problem. The pain is in the bottom of the foot, but it actually happens up here in the calf. But when you can merge those two therapies together as one, game changer. So what I want to share with you really quick while I'm continuing to experience the greatness of this. So yes, if you have somebody, and again, as far as the size goes, because I'm just now talking about this, the size of this plate, it's at 21 inches wide. From front to back, tips to heel, it's 12 and a half. And then from up off the floor, it's 5 and a half. 25 red light therapy chips on both feet, so total of 50. So 50 red light therapy lights total on the whole plate, 25 on left foot, 25 on right foot. The whole plate is only 20 pounds, so you can pick it up and carry it around wherever you want to take it. Easy to transport in your car. Technically, you could probably put it in a suitcase if you really wanted to. I just don't know how it's going to handle an impact if you're throwing it on an airplane, because you don't have control over who is handling it. But it will fit in a carry-on if you're wanting to take it with you someplace and it's the only thing you're taking with you. It comes in 3 different colors. You're looking at the blue one right here. We also have one that comes in all black, and then we have one that comes in like an earthy green with black on top. So again, 9 preset programs, manual mode program, 99 speed setting, 15 minutes in manual mode, 10 minutes, only 10 minutes in our preset program. So in other words, once you start a preset program, you cannot change the time. You can only change time and change speed if it is a manual mode program, which would be P0 on this product. Regular retail price is $359.99. Today it's $249.99. And if you're part of our VIP group, we give away a discount code exclusively for that group. I'm going to be polite and give that code away to all of you. It is only good for 24 hours. And once it's gone, it's gone. And we have had a history in years past of selling out of these, selling out of products on launch day. And we've not had one of these special launches with a big party associated with it in several years. But the discount code or the promo code, actually, I'm going to have my backstage team list that so that I can stay focused on all of you here right now. This is what the map of the bottom of the foot looks like, okay? And this is according to traditional Chinese medicine, which goes all the way back to like 1800 BC. It goes way back far, way beyond our time. So you can influence the entire bottom of the foot you can influence the entire human body by making contact or by stimulating or inflowing energy into these different compartments of the foot. The entire body is controlled by that. Now, why does it matter for your feet? When it comes to your feet, I specialize in barefoot training, which is a really powerful thing. When you don't take care of your feet, you're going to get the red arrow, which is going to mean that your foundation all the way up to your neck is not going to be very good. If you're taking care of your feet and you're able to ground and you're able to load and absorb energy naturally through vibration or through the ground, you're going to have a much better foundation and infrastructure within the way that you are moving your house around, if that makes sense. We naturally have a lot, over 25% of the bones in the human body are in the foot. We have 206 bones in the human body. Over 25% of those are in the foot. So if you can change the foot, you can change the entire human body. So really, really powerful for that. What I do want you to think about when you're on that vibration plate is focus on 3 areas of contact. It's going to give you the different acupressure points where the red light therapy lights come through. But if you can really make sure, in order to maximize how your feet open up and how much you are absorbing energy through vibration through your feet. Remember, for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. If you're able to open your foot up and push into the plate gives you energy back for free. So you don't have to work as hard. But if you can zone in, making sure that you are feeling these 3 areas of your foot, it makes an entire difference on the whole body because of how much neurosensory input. Neuro is nervous system. Sensory is how your brain is getting information fed to it and how it's dishing information back out. So that is all based on through our feet, believe it or not. So really, really, really powerful how powerful our feet really are. If you wear orthotics on a regular basis, your arch is actually meant to spring load 1,500 pounds of force, which is majority body weight times gravitational calculation. So 3.2 times your body weight. So up to 1,500 pounds of force. It's kind of like a diving board. If you're using a residential diving board, somebody's swimming pool next door, and you try and do a cannonball or like a pike dive or something really fancy that you see on the Olympics, you're going to feel like you broke your back trying to do that. You go to the local community pool and you get on the local community pool diving board, which has a little more give to it, like you can really spring like a rocket. You're not going to feel it as much in your body, and you're going to be able to move further with less energy, less effort, with more fun. If you're on a true Olympic diving board that is primed and ready for the Olympics, that is a totally different experience. That's what we want for your feet. So we want to transition your rigid, not so happy foot to a like springy foot. And in order to do that, you have to take care of your legs. You have to take care of your calves. You have to take care of your feet. And so that's what is really good about the VibraRed is we're able to take care of our feet, our lower legs. We're able to get inflammation brought back down because we're getting stuff moving. Remember, movement is medicine and motion is lotion. So when we move, the body just gets better. But a lot of you don't want to move because you're afraid to move or because it hurts to move. And so you need a magic machine that moves for you. And that's what the VibraRed does. And it combines red light therapy with it. So again, I'm going to put this here in my lap, bring it up close and personal to you. So if you decide that you don't want these little anchor points because they drive me bananas, again, you can use these. I'll tell you what these are really good for. Let me go back here. Let's clip these back in. I don't care how they clip on, just get them on there. Let me show you something, because I showed this earlier today, and it was really cool to be able to share it. Get my chair out of the way. Okay, now, if I'm standing on here, and what's really cool is you can do it on carpet. Actually, I'll just do it on carpet so that you all know we can do it on carpet. I am a leader by example. Let me move this back so you can see my whole body working. What I want you to be able to see here, my friends, is, wait for it, how much these handles actually work, because many of you have one of our originals and they have much longer handles. I'm just picking a preset program. Doesn't matter which one. But as we get situated here, okay. Now, if I'm wanting to push my body further in, let me adjust my focus here because I'm a lot taller than I thought, for the camera at least, not in real person. Okay, if I get on here, our old school original resistance bands that come with, you can do bicep curls. You can bring them all the way up, truly like almost over your head. You can still do tricep kickbacks. You can still do cable flies, but guess what? When I get to here, I can't go any further. So what this is really good for, if you see how wide this is, it's not very wide. I can like wobble myself off it. So that being said, be careful. If you use this on carpet, you're gonna have a bigger challenge with getting it because it has suction cups that stick it to the floor. So that's why, yes, you can use it on carpet, but it's safer to use it. Yes, you can still rock and roll it. So just make sure that you're well aware of where you're at on the plate, because with the red light therapy working through the feet, the idea is to keep your feet on the plate when I just knocked that out by accident. Just plug it back in, start again, no big deal. Just roll with it. If I pull on the handles, it's gonna push my body harder into the plate. So if you're wanting to use the handles because you feel safe, like it's keeping you more connected to the plate, it's actually also helping to push you down for more vibration versus me just standing here. I'm a little lighter on the plate, but if I'm pulling something up, it is pushing my body down. So if you're wanting to feel more depth, if you're wanting to feel like you're really stuck to the plate, so you're getting max vibrational input, you can use the handles. You don't have to curl. You can just hold on. And I'm 5'4", not super short, not tall at all. But if you're taller, they still have, I mean, I can pull this up to my armpits. You can still use the full length here, but I'm not using these bands for exercises. I'm not using this plate for exercise because it is not meant to be a primary plate for exercise. It's meant more for healing, therapy, being more in a seated position or more in a stable, what we call static position, means we're not moving. We're just receiving. And we can change different body positions so that we can receive more from different angles. I mean, I can drop all the way down into a squat. Normally, I would go wider to drop all the way down to a squat. You still can. You don't have to use red light. We can turn that off. And again, if you decide you don't want the vibration, you just turn the vibration off and just turn the red light on. So if you're wanting to dabble in both technologies, but you can only afford one product, this is it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Good stuff. Now, what I do want to do. Yep, I turned it off, so it's just taking a few minutes to shut down. Okay, let me go through here and check just some of these comments. And as you can hear, my heart rate is up because it changes metabolism. Just getting on it. This does not have a calorie counter because it doesn't matter. You just have to get your body moving somehow. And if the magic machine does it for you, why not use it as a resource? It doesn't make you lazy. It makes you working smarter, not harder. So work smarter for yourself. It's so much more enjoyable to do that. Let me go through here and scroll. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, feedback, just want to give us a little extra love. I'm going to be here for just a few more minutes. I want to read through some of these. Super excited to see all you here today. Helped my lymphatic drainage due to sitting down all day and low impact due to my knees. You nailed it, Amy. I love that. It is so true. Have the belt and mask from Lifepro and the torch. Those are three of my favorite products. I shared a list of my favorite products. If you're on my personal Facebook page, I put a discount code on there today as well. You're more than welcome to check it out. Just look up my name as you see it on the screen. And I have a list of my absolute favorite Lifepro products because I have every product that Lifepro makes. And I have a list of my absolute favorite products. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go to my Facebook page and you can see a post. It's a public post. You don't have to be my friend to be able to see my public page. Yes. Okay. So I have the Underdesk Elliptical with red light therapy, bought for your mother-in-law, $79. Uses it daily while in her chair and for sore feet with red light. I love that. That makes me so happy. Just had a hip replacement and the belt has been a lifesaver. Red light therapy is, I've got a couple of textbooks on red light therapy and I've done a lot of research, a lot of clinical studies. Red light therapy is what the medical world of the integrated medicine world, not big pharma and like those that are trying to make the deep pockets. But when we look at holistic integrated medicine, red light therapy and infrared light therapy are being called the medical miracle that everybody's looking for. Everybody's looking for it in a pill bottle or in a supplement bottle or in happy juice. But they're now, the textbook I have is, 5-6 years old, and it is referring to, there's several studies that are in that as to how it has healed a lot of different ailments, pain issues, tissue, how it regenerates, collagen, stem cells, reduces wrinkles, fine lines, heals the skin, especially inflammatory based skin, heals the cells as a whole. Red light therapy and infrared light therapy really target mitochondria, and mitochondria are the power plants of the entire human body. If we can replicate mitochondria, or we can give mitochondria a lot of love, mitochondria gives us back love, which means we feel really good. Our body works really, really well, as if it's got the ultimate fuel, it's got the ultimate control panel, it's got the ultimate additive fuel. Everything just works as perfect as you can dream of it working. When we don't give our body what it needs in order for our cells to do what they already know how to do, because we get in the way of that, our cells start to mutate and they start to change and they start to break down. Red light therapy is being called the medical miracle that fixes a lot of that. And it is all natural. It's something that they discovered in space through NASA. So the science is there and you can't deny it. It's awesome stuff. Okay, I'm seeing Lori Taylor. I'm so excited to see you. Karen, super excited you're here. I love what I'm seeing here. The infrared PMF belt. I've just put that on my page today as one of the favorites. And thank you so much, Quincy, for your feedback that my videos have helped you get started many years ago. That's what we're here for. We truly are always learning, always innovating, learning from you, learning from the medical community, learning from truly what's going on. Research and discoveries are happening every day, every single day. It's just a matter of getting your hands on it. And, I was at the International Fascia Research Congress in October in New Orleans. It was the first time being held in the United States, but it's the top fascial research experts, scientists, medical directors. We're talking about the individuals, the directors of the medical schools for these countries, 60 different countries in their research outside the United States, as well as within the United States. But what they're doing outside of the United States with a lot of this technology, they're so far ahead of us here in the US. And so I got to meet with a lot of those people. 50 hours in 5 days is what I went through learning, and just soaked it in like a giant sponge. And now I'm just trying to allow it to. I wish my brain had AI. Wouldn't that make life so much easier, as if our brain had its own AI system that could just like boom, 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 boom. It's not that way. So I'm still trying to process and absorb that 50 hours in 5 days, but it was just mind blowing what we now know that we didn't know, and how we're able to take that information and give it in doses that work for each person based on their experience. So it's not a matter of reading a study and saying, you have to have this frequency on this level in order to help with osteoporosis. You have to let that stuff go. It doesn't have to be a specific kind of vibration. You just have to get on there and start moving again, because osteoporosis happens from not moving enough. Our body is not getting enough vibration, that it's not regenerating bone tissue. And when we don't move, our body starts to shrivel up and it disintegrates. That's why vibration was discovered by keeping weight on astronauts in space. This is what they do to stay healthy in space, because if they don't, they die. They don't make it back. It's pretty incredible information. Quincy, a vibration plate was the first and only exercise I could do after I was bedridden with mold illness. So thankful. And BioHeal panel as well. Quincy, I'm so glad that we can make a difference for you. That makes me that's why I'm here. People always ask, what is purpose? I don't know what my purpose is what I hear from a lot of kids nowadays, or adults going through midlife crisis. I don't know what my purpose is on this earth. Just remember, purpose is not who you are, and it's not what you do. Purpose is what happens to others when you do what you do. And so if any one of you, if your life is improved today by being here and learning about some of this stuff, then purpose served. And on behalf of Lifepro, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to serve that for you. So let's see here. Kim, I have red light shoulder belt, Rumblex vibration plate, and got the foot ankle red light therapy for family, especially your dad. Yes. And that's okay. If you're not able to order it right now, I was just talking to our administration team a few hours ago. We have several hundred, not 1,000. We don't have 1,000 of these units. We have less than 1,000 of these units. And when they're gone, they're gone. So if you don't have it in you now, then just give us a chance when you have a chance. We understand, money is tight. Life is challenging right now. Things are changing across the globe, not only here in regions of the US, but in other countries outside of us. So, we are just happy that we can give you even a little dose of hope, peace of mind, relief, strategies, motivation or goals or intentions that you can think about directing your energies to. And if that's what we can do for you, even if you can't buy one of our products, that's okay. That's what we're here for. It's just whatever we can do to make a difference in your life. That's why we're here. And we don't charge anything. You just get to be here. Okay. Been using the red light therapy for your back, and it's been helping. I love it. I love the Rumblex, by the way. I have it. I have all of them. I use one of them in my business every day. But the one over here in the corner, that white plate in the corner, that's called the Reflexology, and it is a Rumblex version, but more of a I'm going to say not a domestic goddess version, but it is more a decorative version. It's meant to blend into the living room, looking like furniture. It was made several years ago for smaller spaces, like condominiums in the metro areas where you can't just stow wherever you want to. So they actually created a top that goes on top of it that works as a heated ottoman for your feet. So you can actually put your feet up on it without it actually running. We came out with it several years ago, and it's actually one of my favorites. That's why I have it here in my house. But I use the Rumblex Plus with every single one of my medical clients as an assessment tool. I can usually see what's going on in their body from the outside and how their body absorbs the vibrational energy. I can start to put some puzzle pieces together by just observing how their body responds when they're standing or sitting or, receiving that vibration. So the Rumblex series is my favorite. It has 3 motors. I'm not here to sell Rumblex, but you're asking the difference. If you have 3D, you only have 2 motors. If you have 4D, you have 3 motors. If you have 2D, you have 1 motor. This is an oscillation motor, so it gives you more of that like teeter-totter effect side to side. It reminds me of a bobblehead that you sit on your windshield of your car, like a little bobble. But at the same time, you're getting the red light therapy at the same time. So if you have any vibration plate, any vibration is better than none, because when you're not moving, nothing's happening. Everything turns sticky instead of being nice and fluid and like jello. So if you love your turbo, if you love your Waiver, my favorite portable plate before this one came out is the Waiver Mini. I take the Waiver Mini with me when I travel to different shows. If I'm doing if I'm on stage presenting to a group of professionals, I take the Waiver Mini with me because it's easy to pack and it's lightweight. It's like 20 pounds, just like this one. So 20 pounds, pick it up, take it away, wherever you got to go, and it stows away nice and easy. But whichever plate you have, stay with it because you don't have to have all of them. But if you wanted to have a second plate to enhance your Rumblex, the VibraRed is a really good option if you're wanting something more portable and user-friendly. Yes, I love Kim. I love the clip-on as well. Clip-ons are always good. And yes, the cords always get in my way too, Tommy. It drives me crazy from time to time. So I don't put mine on there. Okay, and I'm just still scrolling through. I'm seeing a lot of love from everybody. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the thumbs up and for telling us what we can do to be better. I don't like naysayers or complainers if you're not giving us a chance. And I don't know what I don't know until I know. So now that I know that we've had some resistance out there, we're going to nip that in the butt and make everybody happy because that's what we do. We're in the business of being happy and helping. The LumaGlow Duo, it's actually in the corner of my living room. So you can see it over there in the corner, that little light that pops up. That's my LumaGlow. Oh, you got to see Gary. This is Gary. He is my acupuncture model because I work with a lot of Eastern medicine. So again, goes back to those feet. The feet are super, super important. Lots of GPS coordinates on the electrical highway map on the feet that make the difference for the entire body. Okay. Thank you guys all so much for your compliments on customer service. After everybody can have a bad experience, guys, I've gone to some very high-end, nice stores and have had trouble with customer service. And, sometimes companies make it right. And sometimes you just got to swallow it and it sucks. Don't swallow us. We're going to fix it. So thank you for giving us the chance. And again, it's just scrolling down here to read all of these wonderful, all these wonderful things. Yes. Okay. So again, you all asked me for my phone number. Here you go. Here you got it. This is my personal phone number. I will not answer the phone. If you leave me a voice message, and it's customer service related, I personally am not going to call you back because I can't fix your problem. So if you send me information with that phone number, I need your first and last name, your email, your phone number, your shipping address, your order number, the date that you ordered it, and where you got it from. Right now, you can buy our product in Dick's Sporting Goods. You can buy our products in other stores across the country, outdoor stores. We have to know where you got it from because there's a certain batch. All of our products have a serial number on them, and they have a batch number so that we know if there is a list of defects, like the BioRemedy blanket. If there is a defect and it's only affecting a certain batch, and if we know where that batch was sent to from a store standpoint or where you might have ordered it from, that's why all that information is super important for us to be able to do what we do best and take care of you. So if you are going to contact me at that number, I am probably not going to, well, there's no doubt I'm not going to call you back because I'm not in charge of customer service. I am just the face of this brand, and I have promised you for years that we're going to take care of you. And until we get our new numbers, emails, and all that stuff, depending on how old your product might be, you might have gotten a customer service phone number that is no longer in service because we just went through some changes with customer service. So my deepest apologies if you have had struggles with customer service. But again, once you get your VibraRed product, you're going to have this awesome little folder that comes along and tells you everything you need to know, and you can keep it all in one safe space. Your limited lifetime warranty is, it talks about all of that. So when it comes to the phone number, I'm going to put this up here. So take a picture. Take a picture of this. I'm going to read it out loud, but take a picture of this. Okay. There's our new phone number, 800-563-6604, and our hours in operation. If that does not work for you, my friends, then text me and I will give you the number that you need. I'll be on rapid fire. I do not have others that take care of my phone. I'm taking care of my phone. So if it takes me a little bit to get back with you, I have a life too. But anyhow, I appreciate you all being honest with us and how we can help, because I love this company and I love all of you. And I love the opportunity that we get with you. And we take that very seriously. We don't take you for granted. So please just give us the chance to make it right. If you couldn't be here for the very beginning of this product launch, yes, as soon as we are done, you can go back through and you can watch it all over again. It'll be listed on YouTube here in a few days. And then we had a launch party earlier today, and when we gave away some things. And if you are not already part of our Lifepro VIP page, VIP group, please make sure that you show up in that group, because that's where our exclusive product launches are happening as a reward to those that are part of the group. It's an amazing support community. It is something that we could, like when I started that community several years ago, never in my wildest imagination did I dream that we were going to be tens of thousands, working our way to 100,000 people in a single group, sharing their stories, sharing their test results before and after, sharing what's working for them, sharing what doctors are learning from our processes that they don't already know, because every day is a living experiment. It is a super supportive support group. There's information on there on how many comments, as far as when it comes to which videos you're looking for this. If you are looking for vibration workouts for back pain or for knee pain, we share a list of all of our videos that can be found on YouTube. So again, if you've not been on YouTube, you can go on YouTube to the Lifepro page, subscribe to that, and every video that we do is automatically shared to that. So if you are still waiting to get into the VIP group, just be patient, because again, thousands of people are reaching out to us all the time, and you're happen to capturing us. Remember, Christmas, November and Christmas, like November, December, are the busiest shopping days of the entire year. And if you don't get the gift, if you don't get the product until December or January, and you don't take it out of the box and start using it for the first time until January, which we're in January, then there's just flood of all these people. It's like going to the gym for the first time in the year. Everybody wants to get better. Yay, new year, new party, new you, right? And so you set the intention, like, I'm going to the gym, but I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to the gym. And those who have been going to the gym all year, they hate the first month of the year or the first 2 months of the year until March, because after spring break, everybody falls off, right? So it's the same with new products. When you get certain things for Christmas and you get it out of the box when you get a chance and you start using it, and when you find out that you can join a group and there are only, like, we don't have a lot of robots doing the work for us yet, but that's what you don't want, right? You want us. You want personalized service. So if you have been trying to get into the VIP group, I will make sure and contact our administrative group behind all of that and making sure that we are cha-ching, 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 like hitting the yes button for all of you to be able to join, because there's a lot of fun and a lot of life as a party in the VIP group. And it's just really cool to read so many amazing success stories from people who have taken our product, who have applied it to their life in whatever way it means to them. Success can mean so many things for so many of you. Some of you just want to feel pain relief. Some of you want weight loss. Some of you want to feel or look younger. Some of you are looking for mental health relief, which works, by the way. Vibration and red light therapy changes mental health because it changes metabolism. That was a podcast by the top psychiatrist, clinical psychiatrist and research expert at Harvard, as to how we've got mental health all wrong. So make sure and look into the VIP group stories, because everybody has a story to tell. Live a life worth telling a story about what's your story. And so many of you, when you hear the stories, because you are a very private individual and you don't want to share your story, but when you hear that other people might be going through or have overcome what you are going through right now, it gives you a sense of calming and peace and hope, because nobody else in your area might have an idea of how to help you. That was my situation. That's how I found Lifepro. And you're always qualified to help somebody of your past self who has overcome things, not from a medical expert standpoint, but just sharing your story as to how you tried something and it worked for you. And oh, by the way, like, this person might have similar situations, and so they tried it too and it worked for them. And so you start to hear a lot of awesome things that are very common across the board. And then before too long, it becomes a protocol because it works. That's how we figure stuff out. It's just trial and error. But what all of you guys might think of as success, what is success to you? Success is getting what you want. But the question is, are you happy? And happiness is not related to success. So you can be successful and not be happy. So be careful for what you're looking for. Truly gratitude, you can't be negative and be grateful all at the same time. So celebrate your story, celebrate your journey every single day. What is new? What do you feel is different? Because if you're looking for that big thing and it takes 6 months to get there, you're not going to make it. You have to celebrate what your body is doing for you and what you are changing within your mind every single day. And as you celebrate those little wins along the way, the big just happens. And it happens when you least expect it. You don't even look for it anymore. It just happens. And then before you know it, somebody says, oh my gosh, you look fabulous. What have you been doing? And you're like, oh, didn't know I looked fabulous, because I see myself every day, right? So happiness is getting what you want. So just remember, success is getting what you want. Happiness is actually enjoying what you get. So if you're wanting to feel better, don't aim for weight loss. Aim to feel better. And you're going to feel better by moving, because movement changes metabolism. Metabolism is what changes our quality of life and is what is responsible for mortality rates. So success means a lot of things for all of you. I would love to hear what success means to you in our VIP group when you get there. And then let's celebrate happiness together by truly enjoying success as a team, because that's what we're here at Lifepro for, is to be your teammates and to be your team leaders. And if you choose to follow, awesome. And if you choose not to follow, that's awesome too. It's whatever you decide to do. But thank you guys so much for your time today. I appreciate you giving me purpose in your life and giving Lifepro the opportunity to give you the optimal environment for your body to thrive at its best, because it has the ability to do what it has been engineered to do. We just have to get out of the way and give it what it needs. And Lifepro can do that. So thank you guys so much for being here today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Meantime, stay warm and stay bundled up and stay moving. Have a great day.